phrases for you. I often get emails from listeners asking for tips on how to improve their quality of life while working from home. That's a really good question. And I talked about this a lot back in the very first series of the Learn English from Home podcasts in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. But today I thought I'd talk about one thing that everyone can do, and in fact many people already do, to brighten things up. And that is to keep a houseplant. You're probably a bit surprised to hear me talking about plants. I must admit I am too, as I'm not much of a gardener really. My mum and dad have both got green fingers. They're fanatical gardeners, as many people in the UK are. That adjective fanatical means to be completely obsessed with something. But here in central Tokyo, it can be quite rare to have a garden, as space is limited and many people live in apartment buildings. I have a balcony, but it's pretty small, and anything I grow has to be in a pot. But we do have one houseplant, a bougainvillea, which we call boogie. Bougainvillea are actually native to South America, where they can be found everywhere from Brazil to Peru and Argentina. But boogie seems to be doing just fine here in Tokyo. Every day we put it out on the balcony, and in the evenings we bring it back inside. About twice a year, in spring and autumn, it blooms with these bright pink flowers and lights the apartment up. Indoor gardening has had a bit of a boom in popularity lately, perhaps because of all the home time during COVID, but also because of social media posting. The houseplants hashtag on Instagram has more than 9 million posts. That tells a lot about people's enjoyment, not only of looking after plants, but also taking photos of them and showing them off to the world. Maybe Boogie and I need to get in on this trend. Anyway, the benefits of having plants around the house are well known, and there's plenty of medical evidence these days to back it up. So I thought I'd outline a few of the main reasons why you should consider keeping a green friend around the place. The first major benefit is increased happiness. As well as brightening your surroundings, plants have also been shown to lift your mood. According to WebMD.com, people who work in offices with plants tend to feel better about their jobs, worry less, and take fewer sick days. So it's natural that you can get the same benefits at home as well. Give it a try and see if your outlook on life improves. The second thing plants can do for us is to reduce our stress levels. In one study by the Journal of Physical Anthropology, participants were split into two groups and given different tasks. One group had to repot a houseplant, and the other had to do a task on a computer. After each task, measurements were taken for heart rate and blood pressure, both well-known factors associated with stress. Unsurprisingly, the group who did the gardening tasks had much lower stress levels. On the other hand, the computer group showed a spike in heart rate and blood pressure. So it seems that plants really do calm us down and help us relax. And the third major benefit of houseplants is the way they improve the quality of the air we're breathing indoors. Believe it or not, the scientific research on this goes back to studies carried out by NASA in the 1980s. They were looking for ways to improve the air quality in a sealed spaceship, and they found that plants do indeed clean the air by removing dust and other harmful substances. Not only that, but they also remove carbon dioxide and create more oxygen. They do this through the process known as photosynthesis, which is basically the way plants breathe. And they also act as natural humidifiers by adding moisture to the air. This last one is quite important if you live in a hot country and use aircon a lot, which tends to dry the air out. Studies show that something as simple as having a spider plant in the room can raise humidity levels by as much as 10%, which can help you get a better night's sleep. Those are just some of the benefits of houseplants, but there are a lot more. Can you think of any others? Send me an email and tell me them, and tell me about your attempts at indoor gardening. But hey, if you're looking for a name for your plant, Boogie is already taken, okay? You'll just have to think of something else. Thank you for listening to Learn English with Tony. If there's a topic you'd like me to talk about in a future episode, just send an email to learnenglish.mobile@britishcouncil.org. And remember, stay safe, everyone.